Hello, friends. Someone has been surprised to see me happy. Not even I know why I am, but I suspect that this is going to be fine, due to all signs that I am observing. But I have to measure my weights a lot. There are no dates but pulse, because we will not know until the last minute. It is possible that the hair will rise after the 20th day, but we don't know if it can take 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months or 3 years. Opinion article. To the Stars Academy is in crisis. Elizondo, Mellon and Justice are officially leaving. Political division prevents scientific cooperation. They may not be allowed to publish UFO reports. Luis Elizondo founded to the Stars Academy. Tom DeLonge presented evidence of beings from other worlds. He said that it exists and that we can steal their things. Presented an electromagnetic vehicle of the Star Trek type. First official investigation into an extraterrestrial metal. Let's start. The ufological research organization called to the Stars Academy of Arts and Science, a name similar to from the Starfleet Academy featured in the Star Trek saga, has officially announced the departure of Chief Operating Officer Steve Justice, Special Programs Director Luis Elizondo, and advisor Chris Mellon. Joe Martino reported. To the Stars Academy of Arts and Science is an organization founded by Luis Elizondo, the former head of the defunct Pentagon program that was dedicated to researching flying objects and identified weapons, and that was cancelled because it was considered that there were better things in which to invest the state budget. The Academy collects documents and physical materials from public and private sources related to the UFO phenomenon in order to study it, and then transitions the transformative technologies behind it to broader applications of purported public benefit. The company's research and consulting arm includes senior officers from the Pentagon, the CIA, the Department of Defense, and Lockheed Martin Skantworks. Speculations. Although the reasons for this triple resignation are unknown, it is speculated that this is related to the crisis, tension, and political division that is currently being experienced through the world, but especially in the US, which hinders an image of unity and scientific cooperation necessary for the investigation of the phenomenon UFO, since this organization is not entirely independent, but rather official, and therefore it is assumed that it would be some kind of controlled dissent, although they may have resigned because they were not allowed to publish classified information about the UFO phenomenon. According to the critical eye, we have to thank Elizondo and DeLonge for their presence helped to make visible that ufology was something serious, and to many degrees it represented all of us. Anonymous heroes considered strangers by friends, co-workers and relatives near or far away, but in that first instance what this generated in the UFO community was doubt and insanity. Reverse engineering. In 2018, the former vocalist of the band Blink-182, Tom DeLonge, communicated his career change by going from musician to being part of the Academy to the Stars Academy of Science of art and science, dedicated to the search for extraterrestrial life. In quotes, it is real and we can reverse engineer the technology, said the enthusiastic musician. In other words, he said that technically we wouldn't be stealing alien technology. We would just be borrowing their ideas by figuring out how the spaceships work. One example presented was the so-called Advanced Electromagnetic Vehicle, type Star Trek, which according to Steve Justice is a concept for a point-to-point international transport ship that could drastically reduce current limits on distance and travel time. It mimics capabilities observed in unidentified aerial phenomena using a drive system that alter the space-time metric, he said. However, he claimed that such technology has so far been stifled by dominant ideology and bureaucratic constraints. Tom DeLonge and part of his team returned with the publication of evidence about the existence of life on another planet. This is a supposedly military video showing an identified high-speed plane, which according to the association that brought it to light was chasing what appears to be a moving white point over the ocean. According to Elizondo, this video is just the tip of the iceberg of all the information and materials that can be found related to extraterrestrial life. To the Stars Academy of Arts and Science promised to continue to release evidence about the existence of life on other worlds, information that, according to DeLonge, will probably change the world. Squares. DeLonge is far from the only one who believes in visitors from the stars. A 2012 study by the National Geographic Channel found that he believed in them 80 million people. That is a third of the American population. All in, 17% flatly state that they do not believe they exist. The same study also found that 48% of citizens are undecided on the matter. Similar international studies suggest that believers are far from alone in the universe. A 2015 poll by YouGov found that more than half in the UK population believes in star visitors. However, the country they found most enthusiastic about being from other worlds was Germany, where 56% of those surveyed said they believed that it exists. Distrust. Why was the media suddenly interested in a topic they had ridiculed for so long? Credible evidence has been available for decades, so why is it only recognized now? Why did the Academy get so much attention, or got so much attention, when so many other credible organizations, individuals, and whistleblowers were saying the same thing for years? Additionally, the Academy was comprised of many former intelligence and government agency employees. Former Agency Operations Office Jim Semivan, former employee Dr. Nor Khan, former Pentagon employee Lue Elizondo, and former Deputy Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence Christopher Mellon. With a list like that, those with skeptical minds in a space shrouded in secrecy and deception would naturally wonder if these former government employees are now in favor of revealing government secrets, or if they are part of a decade-long stealth program. This is healthy skepticism. What they discovered: Luis Elizondo, former head of the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, broke his silence on the sightings. During Elizondo's tenure in the aerospace program, the pilots reported that UFOs were flying at hypersonic speeds, more than 5 times the speed of sound. However, there were none of the forms that we believe usually accompany these fantastic devices, such as the explosion of the jets when they break the sound barrier, etc. Furthermore, these space machines were also moving unexpectedly by traveling so fast that they would have experienced gravitational forces or G-forces which far exceeded the limits of resistance for both humans and aircraft built by us. For example, the F-16 Fighting Falcon, one of the most maneuverable, reaches its limit around 16 to 18 G, while our body can withstand more or less about 9 G, and for a very short time before a person passes out. These things pulled 400 or 500 G and had neither wings nor motors. They defied the natural laws of the gravitational force of the Earth, he says. Some of the sightings were ultimately resolved as aerial drones or test shots of new types of missiles that were viewed from unusual angle. And while many cases still provoke rational explanations, there is simply not enough evidence, he adds. Extraterrestrial metal. According to Rubén Rodríguez, the US Army in 2019 accessed mysterious minerals never before seen on our planet and the cutting-edge technology that the Academy claimed to have in its possession. There are 7 strange metallic stones composed of an alloy of zinc, magnesium, and bismuth, in addition to another that also includes aluminium. Their origin is, to say the least, bizarre. To this day, they are owned by Tom DeLonge, to whom Linda Moulton Howe, a renowned journalist from the world of mystery, gave him, and in turn she was given them by another journalist, Art Bell, who bought them from a man whose grandfather was involved in the Roswell case, according to Gizmodo. Thus, 7 strange stones that the military man found in that strange incident in the New Mexico desert, and that he hid from his superiors, or in the worst case scenario, stole without his consent, are being analyzed by the Army. The great curiosity is that these materials have not been found on Earth again. They are not human creation and have a series of characteristics that are unique to our planet. Specifically, they have thermal resistance, well above that of known materials on Earth, and in addition, they show anti-gravitational properties when exposed to a certain frequency of electromagnetic radiation. Their structure and composition do not come from any existing military or commercial application. In some cases, the required manufacturing technology is only now available, but they are metal discovered in the 1940s, they explain. Investigation project. The company's Adam Research Project is promoting an extraterrestrial metal for commercial and military applications. In July 2019, the company stated that it had acquired and was studying potentially exotic materials as part of its acquisition and analysis of material data research project. Steve Justice, Academy Operation Director and former Director of Advanced Systems at Lockheed Martin's Scan Works, said in a statement that the structure and composition of these materials are not of any known existing military or commercial application, and that the materials are they would study in an attempt to reverse engineer them. Regarding the origin of the materials, he stated, "They have been compiled from sources with different levels of chain of custody documentation, so we are focusing on verifiable facts and working to develop independent scientific evidence of the properties and attributes of the materials." On October 17, 2019, the company announced that it entered into a research and development agreement with the United States Army Combat Capabilities Development Command. The 5-year contract will focus on inertial mass reduction, structural mechanical metamaterials, electromagnetic metamaterial, waveguides, quantum physics, quantum communications, and beam power propulsion. Upgrade of the situation by Mike Adams. Declassification is underway. Collapse of the official narrative about the Capitol. Project Veritas exposed Twitter's Jack Dorsey in video announcing plans for extended and prolonged censorship. Angela Merkel will step down as German Chancellor in 2021. The Dutch government evaluates a possible resignation. Estonian Prime Minister resigns over a corruption investigation in his party. Government of Italy on the verge of collapse after the resignation of Renzi's party. The global financial collapse is fast approaching. The Titan has all the guts and will remain in office for 5 more days. Most actions will not be apparent until the last minute. The Mexican president announces that he will lead efforts to stop censorship. Report. Current situation report published by Mr. Ed. Stay calm and allow this to unfold. The plan is brilliant, so we must trust the plan. FISA report tears down house. The declassification will come through load-ups of Fox News. The opening parade has been cancelled. The president has never relented. The military has installed 10 miles of barbed wire fencing for the inauguration. When the harmful evidence comes out in the FISA, they will be ready. Outreach videos will run for about 10 days. They are very disturbing and shocking. Many clueless and will have a hard time digesting this information. We are the ones who have been on the front line. It is up to us to help those who will be devastated by what they learn. Stay calm and be reassuring voice they need. We are at the moment when everything will be revealed. Nisra and Yisra will be applied or will be implemented. The 6,000 hidden and suppressed technologies will be launched. Humankind will take a big step forward as they have hidden these technologies from us for at least 70 years, such as the secret space program, now renamed Space Force. All money taken by the Federal Reserve will be returned. All money from your direct treasury account will be returned. Humankind will have abundance and poverty will disappear. We are days away from all this happening. It is a very exciting time to be alive. We have been waiting for this moment for years. Rejoice. Graduation is almost here. Let's continue our daily meditation at 11:11 a.m. and p.m. Look at the click and the devil disappeared from the planet. See a bright, beautiful and free world. Hold on, stay strong and keep the faith. May God bless each and every one of you. Release. Another report from Sofia and one titled Humankind Breaks Free Now. This first fragment refers to the political drama. The plan for this next phase has been in place for decades. It takes place now. There is contingency after contingency as controllers battle each effort made. They face the end of everything. They face their own expulsion. What you are likely to witness and be aware of is a conflict and then a presentation of a semblance of order. It will scare some. It's not necessary. This is a fairly temporary move and not aggressive, but protective. It is necessary for the protection of the people. Excuse me. Don't be scared. Although at first you will feel confused, this will lead to a joy and celebration as you feel the releases of heavy chains. Humankind is liberated now. This is a guarantee and will not stop. Revelation. All creation will realize its expression. Everything that is now hidden from much of the race will be counted. A voice carries a network of energy that ensures that it is created as it is heard. What happens when digests it depends on internal decisions, and this will unfold. Initially, it could be denied as real and forgotten. Initially, not forever. So, it is a repeated, deeper and broader energy, a repeated performance to solidify an outlet, a revelation of the horror, deception and manipulation that is the world, unfortunately. This comes as screams in the dark. These are images that none of you will forget. They are forever stamped on the history and consciousness of your planet and reverberate throughout the galaxy and throughout all of creation. This is spoken locally. This is spoken globally. Many players, paths and voices now enter center stage. They come from traditional media. They come from extraordinary means. For the illusion to fail, the truth must be revealed. The full expression of the human being is a moment awaited for all of creation for a long time. You are in the early stage of actualizing your true nature, which is love. Nothing can get in the way of this, and nothing in all creation can prepare you for the glory of what you are about to witness. Dialogue. Will there be divine intervention? Yes. When? Soon. You will know quickly the truth. What can you tell me to give hope a signal? Hope is not necessary, but faith. You have not been abandoned. Look to the sky. There will be responses and events. I don't know what that means. The event occurs in your sky. They won't miss it. You must witness the dawn of the new human being. First, the human species must face his story and heal. This evil ends now. It was always meant to be painful. It was the only way, since then it will be permanent. And that's all for today. I hope you like it. Thanks a lot, dear friends.